Realtors, let's be real. You didn't get into business to drown in emails, lose track of leads, or struggle to keep up with client follow-up. You need systems that keep everything organized, efficient, and stress-free. And that's why I love Google and the Google suite of products, because you can do pretty much everything all from Google with essentially no money or very little money down. So today, what we're going to do is walk you through, I think, some of my favorite Google Suite products that really are designed for realtors as far as I'm concerned, covering anywhere from Gmail to your calendar to Google Sheets and so on and so forth. So, and I think I even got a couple hidden gems for you that most agents, I don't even think, know about these days. And really, to make it super easy for you, I've got a document down here in the descriptions you're going to see. Make sure you grab it, and let's dive in. Okay, first place, let's talk about your Gmail account. Most of us created one a long time ago, and I think there's a ton in here. Your inbox is your pipeline. And the bottom line, most of ours are a mess. And if it's a mess, we are losing time and losing money. So we can clean it up and make it work for us, not against us. Now, one of the ways that we can automate this process really is by using, let's see if I can bring this up. We can do this by bringing up email templates in Gmail. Yes, they actually have templates, so you can automate the process. Anytime you come into email, you can come down to the three little dots, says more options. I can pick templates. And then if I've created one, I can create it here. But better yet, I could actually write an email right in here, put the recipient subject, put the body of that in there. And I could come in here and save that template as a draft. When I do that, now I can continue to pull it up. So I have these common lead follow-ups or open house follow-ups. I can have these in there ready to go and ready to shine and be that shining source for you in your business. Now, really, to set that up, it's really quite simple. If I come in to my settings, go to see all settings, go to advanced, you're going to see templates right here. All you got to do is enable it. So that's that one. So now all you do is you write an email, click those three dots, save it to the template, and you're ready to go. Next time, it's 2 clicks and you're done. So kind of a pro tip here, create templates for your buyer follow-ups after a showing, your seller check-ins during a listing, any offer updates for your agents that you're doing in next steps. As I said before, even those open houses are a great way to do those follow-ups. Next, one of my favorite tips, again, of all times, I think people really don't realize this is available, is we are going to do this. We can come in and write an email. And if I come down here to where it says send and click on that arrow down, you're going to see schedule send. And when I schedule, I can now pick a time frame I'm looking to do this. I love this because maybe I need to respond, but it needs to be tomorrow morning, or I'm not looking for quick responses right now. And we're getting that back and forth, and I can just delay send, and I can make that happen there. On another note, if there's things I want to pay attention to in my email, things I want to make sure I don't forget, I can come in here, open an email, and I can pick the snooze button. That snooze button will let me snooze it until it's ready. So it's important to me, but it's not a priority to me, right? So I can then snooze that off, and it will go back to my timeline, ready to go for a later date. This makes life really easy for that to be done. As a bonus tip, use this for your just listed and your just sold for those delayed sends, so they hit at the perfect time. So that's your inbox running smoothly. Let's take control of your schedule. I don't have many here, but one of my favorite things for your Google Calendar is when you're looking at this as a calendar item, you're going to see mine. Mine looks kind of intense, but it's a color-coded item. So I can create multiple calendars. So I can put free time. I can put income producing times. Income producing time should be something in green. I would want to put productive time, such as, data entry, administrative costs, things like that. I could put those in here and I can color code them. Don't forget, in your Google Calendar, you can create as many calendars, and you can even have other people's calendars in there. So you have that special someone in your life and you want to share a calendar, you can put that in there and have that in place to make sure you're not missing anything major. This is always a great way to make sure you are staying on top of your schedule and get a control. Now, again, I can't help myself. So one of the things I love to do is especially for us realtors, when we're trying to plan drive times and showings and things like that, I can actually pick on a calendar item. As long as I put the address in where I'm going, I can actually click on it. Over here on the right-hand side, you're going to see the map pull up. I can actually then come in, give it wherever I'm going to be coming from at that particular moment. And it tells me it's going to take roughly 2 hours to get there, or in my example, it'd be 15, 20 minutes, whatever it is. And it does assume traffic time a little bit in here. I can now add it to my calendar. Once I do that, you will see it pop up. And now I know when I have to take off for that. So this, again, can be extremely helpful, just as a little pro tip for that to be in place. Again, going back to the calendar, look at things like green being your lead generation, blue being client management, red being administrative tax, purple being being personal time. You can do what you're looking for in that. Use the ones that make sense for you. I will tell you another pro tip for your calendar. If you set it up here on your desktop and you add multiple calendars, make sure you turn them on your phone as well. They're not always on by default, just to make sure you have that in place. That's your calendar. But one of the other things that's absolutely amazing in here for our tools is when we start looking at spreadsheets. Now, spreadsheets can be a lot of things. They could be a little task list. They could be project management, right? They can be a lot of things. But one of the things I wanted to show you right here is you can actually create your own spreadsheet to track your leads. And if I do this, you will see I can actually identify what my business building hours are. When I'm doing this, I can track my times, what I'm doing, how many contacts I made, and track that number. I can also track my leads. And with a very simple creation of a dashboard, I can now start seeing how well I am doing in my business. Now, this is a little more complicated. You can definitely simplify this, but when you're you can use spreadsheets as a lead tracking system to help get that going away for you. And Google Sheets will give you a free way to track leads and follow up without needing that expensive CRM. Now, if you want to make it simple, just create a new Google Sheet, have name, phone, lead source, last contacted, next follow-up date, status, hot, warm, or cold, and move forward with that. You can always use conditional formatting to do things like color coding, such as red needs follow-up ASAP, yellow needs follow-up soon, green means active buyer seller. And you can have that in there so you can always see what's going on. All right, so now let's talk about using Google Docs. Now, I'm not going to show that here, but again, one of the things I want you to be aware of is you can create that checklist in place here. You can put your scripts out there. You can have a lot of things right available. And the nice thing about putting them in there, again, remember, they're available at your phone. So you have access to them at all times. All you got to do is go to Google Drive, open the docs, click on checklist tool, and you can create your own checklist. And that way you have every step from listing agreement to closing day. So as an example, order professional photos, upload the MLS, send email blasts. And now let's organize everything else and we're not there yet. And now you can do that from there. I will tell you again, we talked about this in another video where you can use AI to create that project management. Now you can copy and paste and put that in Google Drive, and now you have that task list, that checkbox, that project management that you're looking to put in place. Can be extremely easy to do. So now let's talk about organizing Google Drive. One of the things to keep in mind in here is your Google Drive could be everything you have in place. This could be where you are sharing and creating all of your transactions, right? So you could have a folder for 1515 Main Street. You could then come out there and now you could have 1515 Main Street. You could come out there and you could then put in there your listing documents. You could put in there your disclosures. You could put in there your photos. You could put all the communications you've had in there, each one be their own folder. So you can have a whole setup in place there. And the best thing about this is you could share that folder, if you chose, with your clients or your partner or your team member that needs to be in there. And the nice thing about sharing these in Google Drive is not only do you have access to it, but you get to control who else can see this and how they get to see it. So your folders could be subfolders like listing, buyers, marketing, social media, templates, checklists, scripts like that, and you can move forward. All right. So now let's talk about those bonus things I hinted at the very beginning. Google loves Google, folks. I'm not even going to play against it. It is one of those things that comes out there, and I want you to be aware of it. So if you do not have your Google business set up on Google Business, all you got to do is Google My Business, Google, My Business, and you will be able to create your own account. Now, you need a physical address. So it's probably going to be your brokerage, but you put it in there and it will verify one a couple of ways. It may just verify because it'll check the address and be good. Otherwise, it may send a postcard that you'll have to type in a number. Either way, you're going to be in place. But when you're in here, you're going to want to make sure you set your profile up. You're also going to want to make sure you put photos in here. You're also going to advertise your products. That's what they see in here. Edit your services. Set up a booking solution, some sort of calendaring tool that they can schedule with. And then always make sure you ask for reviews. This is your testimonials from your clients. You can put it out there, you get there. Again, remember, Google loves Google. And what you see is over on the right-hand side when they're searching for you or they're searching for, St. Charles real estate, what's going to happen now is they're in there and you're going to pop up. This is extremely helpful. All right. Do not forget to do that. Also, do not forget to take advantage of, see if I can pull it up, Google My Maps. Again, Google My Maps. So you can put that out here. Now, one of the things that happens in place, let's get back here real quick. I can create my own map. Now, why is that important? Well, if I do this and I put this in place, now I can do a couple things. Maybe I can put pins around all my successful transactions, buy side, sell side. I could color code the pins. I also could maybe make a map of all the parks in St. Charles or my 15 to 20 favorite restaurants in St. Charles. Right? I can do that. Again, remember, Google loves Google. So you have that out here. You share that link. You put it in other places. It's usable. It's something you can put in there. You can embed that on your page. and it becomes a searchable Google entity. So do not afraid to come out there and do Google My Business. Google My Business, Google My Maps. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm happy to teach you on them, but there's a gentleman by the name of Michael Trithart I absolutely love. He actually has really good, quick tutorials that you can go for and use that will help you take advantage of this stuff quickly. So if you need more help on that, reach out to me, let me know. And then last but not least, I'm going to talk to this under branding. So one of the things I want you to be very, very aware of is the fact that when you are working in here, you can create what's known as a Google Workspace. It's your own business account. It's your own business real estate. So it is your domain you have bought, your branded domain, whether it's your name, whether it's, isellrealestate.com, whatever it is, right? You can put that in. And the nice thing about it is the @ symbol and the stuff before, right? So the blank @ the JBL team in my example, I can put my go-to, I can say JB Lethby, or I can create secondary account saying support @. Now this does cost money. It's about $6 per month per account. But it's nice because now you have all these extra services. That branding goes with you no matter what you do and how you use it, and it keeps things going. And I'm going to tell you, one of my favorite things about it is, since this is a Google business account, there is more security and more integrations into your settings. Now, it does take a few extra steps. You are definitely going to have to get in there to your domain provider and make certain settings. It's not terribly hard. Google does a wonderful job of walking you through this to make sure that stuff's in place and happening out there for you. There's a Google Workspace. Now, let's wrap this up. So we've covered a lot of things: Gmail hacks, time blocking, lead tracking, transaction checklist, Google Drive organization, Google My Business, and even getting more out of that business email. So if you're serious about running a more organized and efficient real estate business, these are some of the setups you need. Again, don't be afraid. I have a document down there to help you get started with a lot of this. Download it. But I'm going to tell me what you're doing. Tell me how you're doing it. Tell me what you do and do not like about Google. I'm here to help. I'm here to see what's going on. And don't forget, hit the like button. And if you have found this helpful, also subscribe for more real estate tech tips and drop a comment below. I'm curious what you're doing today for your business. We'll see you at the next video.